She sat across from me at our usual cafe, twirling a strand of her hair just like she always did when she was uneasy. The moment she arrived, I could tell something was off. Her smile didn't reach her eyes, and she wouldn't quite look at me. We'd been together for nearly 3 years. Things hadn't been perfect lately, but I never imagined what she'd say next without any build-up. She looked directly at me and said, "I went on a date last night with someone else." For a second, it felt like the world paused. I blinked, trying to process if I'd heard her right, but she kept going, sharing his name, where they met at work, how they laughed over dinner. This wasn't an accident. She meant to say it. I stared at her, trying to make sense of it. There wasn't an ounce of remorse in her expression. Instead, it felt like she was testing me, seeing how far she could push. Maybe she thought I'd plead with her. Maybe she expected me to fall apart. But I just took a slow sip of my coffee, gave a small nod, and said, "Thanks for telling me. I hope he treats you better than I did." That wasn't the reaction she had prepared for. She froze, lips slightly parted, caught off guard. "Wait, that's it?" she asked, disbelief creeping in. "You're not going to yell? Ask why." I leaned back, shaking my head. The pain was real, but I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of seeing it. I told her I don't fight to stay where I'm not wanted. If you needed someone else, then we were already over. I just hadn't gotten the memo yet. That landed. Her confident demeanor began to unravel, and for the first time, she looked unsure. She started to backpedal, saying she didn't mean for it to go so far, that she was confused, just trying to figure things out, but her words felt empty. She realized a little too late that what she'd done wasn't courageous. It was cruel. And my calm response, it denied her the dramatic scene she might have anticipated. I stood, finished my drink, and told her, "I wish you well. You made your choice. I'm simply honoring it." Regret started to surface in her eyes, but I didn't stick around to see it take hold. I walked away with my pride, and this time she was the one left behind, watching someone go without a second glance. That evening, I went to her place and gathered my things. There wasn't much. I'd learned not to get too comfortable. The photos, notes, gifts, I left them all. Let her remember me in the quiet and the space I left behind. Days passed, then weeks. She reached out first with texts, then long emails about how she'd made a mistake, that it didn't mean anything, how she missed us. I never replied, not because I was angry, but because peace had finally come back into my life. I turned my focus inward, picked up old hobbies, reconnected with friends I had drifted away from because of her. Life went on, and so did I. Her absence didn't leave a hole. It brought calm, a silence I hadn't realized I needed. Mutual friends told me she wasn't doing well. Turns out the guy she went on the date with ghosted her after a few weeks. She had expected something more. Instead, she lost everything she already had. Some lessons only sink in the hard way. Looking back, I'm grateful I didn't lose my temper or beg. Sometimes the strongest response is quiet resolve. My silence spoke volumes. My self-respect outweighed any fleeting emotion. She told me about that date thinking it would break me, but my reaction changed everything. She lost a man who genuinely cared.